Hey, welcome back to another episode of the She's Making an Impact podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Ngom, and I am so happy you're here. This is actually my second time recording this podcast because audio issues. Alas, this is really important, so I want to make sure you get it. And we're talking all about secrets to creating a $1 million funnel today, okay? I'm like, this stuff lights me up, and I'm really, really excited that we get to talk about it. I love funnels. I'm like a huge fan of anything systems, automation, and a way to make money easier. Okay. And that's like, how can I do that? And then how can I teach you how to do that? And I have been able to create a funnel that has now earned over $1 million with ClickFunnels. And I'll talk a little bit more about why I love ClickFunnels during this episode. But we're getting our 2 Comma Club award, which I'm very excited about. And I have some really key things when it comes to, if you want to create a $1 million funnel, what does that look like? How do you do it? What are some of the things that I've learned from actually having done this? So thing number 1, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. So often entrepreneurs, let me know if this is you, we get shiny object syndrome, and we want to jump to that like next new thing. And especially if what we're doing right now, if we did a launch, we did a webinar, whatever that looks like, and we didn't get the results that we wanted. And so we're like, I'm going to do this now because I didn't get the results. And here's what I want you to see. So the funnel that has earned over $1 million is our Pinterest funnel with our program Pin with Purpose. And we've had, well over 2,000 students go through that program. The first time I launched it, however, I had 7. One of them was my coach. One of them was my best friend. I had 7 people. And so, someone might go and look at that was a failure because I didn't have, a 6-figure launch or whatever it is they want to do. I made like $1,000, a little more than $1,000. I was so happy. And I didn't jump ship over the past several years. I've been focused literally on this one funnel for the most part. We have a few other offers, but when it comes to funnels and really honing this in, it's been rinse and repeat. I've done the same webinar over and over and over again and just making it incrementally better every single time. And so don't think you need to create a whole new offer, whole new something, whatever that looks like for you. Rinse and repeat what you got and just make it better. Russell Brunson, he's the creator of ClickFunnels, and I've learned a lot from him. He's a marketing genius. One of the things that he said is he's like, don't even think about creating a second funnel until you have a $1 million funnel. Now that I have a $1 million funnel, I'm like, what should my next funnel be? So number 1 thing you got to do is rinse and repeat. Number 2, start before you're ready. You'll never feel like your course is ready or that you're ready to launch, you're ready to do the thing. You won't. I pretty much guarantee that. You'll always think it's not good enough, yada, yada. You got to start before you're ready, and you got to it's pull the Band-Aid off and just go. And this is the analogy that he uses. It's as an entrepreneur, you got to jump out of the parachute, and then just have that plan of Uri is going to jump out of the airplane with the parachute and is going to go. You got to start before you're ready. And so was Pin with Purpose, was the webinar, was everything, perfect? No. Is it, if you go through the funnel now, it's kind of funny because I'm sure there's a typo or a grammatical error. There might even be the wrong link or something like that. I hope not. We've made enough revisions to it that it should be pretty good. But for sure, the first several times that I did it, it was not perfect. So don't wait for it to be perfect. Just take action. And your audience will give you grace if you mess up, if you have tech issues or whatever happens, If they don't, then they're not the right people and you don't want to work with them anyways, okay? So start before you're ready. Help people get results and get really good testimonials. So you got to help people. You got to get them results, and you'll be able to use those testimonials inside your funnel. If you're doing, in this example, it's a webinar funnel. There's a lot of different funnels that you could do. I love webinar funnels. That's my favorite kind because it takes an hour of your time when you do a webinar compared to like a challenge, which when I do challenges, it's like 15 hours of my time. They're fun. But it's a lot more intense. So a webinar is an hour of your time, and then you could set it to evergreen and then it's running all the time, which is really fun. So you got to help people get great testimonials. And so the first couple times I did Pin with Purpose, what we did is I was coaching our students and I was working with them to help them get results. And now I hired a Pinterest expert to be in the program with our students to help them get results. And so I'm always thinking, how can I help our students get really good results? And we'll have really good testimonials. In the beginning, you might not have that, which is fine. And you are your own best testimonial. So use yourself, use whatever it is that you've been able to achieve. That's what I did. Continue to tweak and make it better. So it's like the small incremental changes. We have $1 million funnel and I'm legit still going through the webinar slides and making changes to make it better. Tony Robbins calls it the 2 millimeter shift of what's like the 2 millimeters that you could just make it a little bit better every single time. And so it's literally the same offer. You don't have to make things crazy different, right? And you just make it a little bit better every single time. And we talked about don't get shiny object syndrome. Just find your zone of genius, create your offer around that and go all in. Go all in. Don't be hopping around. Don't be creating new offers all over the place. Go all in. And then scale your offer. And so think about how can you get more eyeballs on that thing that you created. If it's a webinar, how can you get more people watching that webinar? Okay. And so it could be through affiliates. I was literally just reaching out to people I'm in a mastermind with. Hey, do you want to be an affiliate for my program? This will really help you X, Y, and Z. It'll help your audience. And we pay 50% to our affiliates. We offer very generous commissions. And so affiliates is one way. Facebook ads is another great way. And with Facebook ads, we spend a lot of money on Facebook ads, and we're always looking at, are we getting an ROI? What is that ROI? The return on investment. So if you spend $1 and out comes, $1.50 or $2, okay, what happens if you spend $10,000? If you make $15,000 or $20,000, can you spend more? It's kind of like a slot machine. You put in money, out comes more. Can you keep scaling? Okay, so if you keep making money, then keep spending money. Right? If your webinar is converting or your offer is converting, your funnel's converting, then can you put ad money on it and get more people in front of it? This I know can be a little bit scary, especially if you've never done ads or you might hire somebody to do the ads for you. It's an investment for sure. And when you know your return, you know your numbers, you have to know your numbers. So I do this with my Activate students. I have, I share a spreadsheet with them on what I do in my business of every time we do a webinar, we look at all the different metrics of that webinar, of how many people registered, how much was our cost per lead, what was our earnings per lead, how many people showed up, how many people stayed the whole time, how many people bought on live, how many people bought the payment plan. There's a million different metrics that we look at to make those small tweaks, those incremental improvements. And if we know our numbers and we know it's working, can we spend more to help even more people? So you scale it. And then add upsells, downsells, and test the price point. And so this is one of the reasons why I love ClickFunnels is because they make it really easy to do a one-click upsell or an OTO page, a one-time offer page, and downsell pages all in one spot. There's no other real platform that I've seen that does it as good as they do. Just because this is Russell's zone of genius, right? Russell Brunson, the creator of ClickFunnels. And so when you use ClickFunnels, you can create a one-click upsell and increase your average cart value. And so example, our average cart value back in the day, it used to be $297 because we had Pin with Purpose. We were selling it for $297 and we didn't have a whole bunch of upsells, downsells, or anything like that. Our average cart value has increased because 1, we upped the price point, and 2, we added a few different upsells to that offer. So when people are on our order page, hey, you can also get access to this. That's going to help you X, Y, and Z and enhance your results. And then they, purchase the program and then it takes them to an OTO one-time offer page of, hey, You can add this to your cart and it's going to help you accelerate your results. Okay. And you do this really easily within ClickFunnels. If you have not used ClickFunnels, highly recommend it. I have a link for a 14-day free trial, and you can just go to rachelandgom.com/ClickFunnels, and I'll make sure to put that in the show notes. So you can get access to that, because I obsessed. Like it's so worth it. You know, it's $97 a month. And when you look at how much more you could be making with the upsells, with the downsells and all of that, it pays for itself easily. Okay. So let's recap this. So we got to start before we're ready. We got to help people get results, get great testimonials, continue to tweak, make it better, rinse and repeat. Don't get shiny object syndrome, scale it, add upsells, downsells, test that price point. And you can create $1 million funnel. Like, it blows my mind where we were a few years ago. And I'm like, oh, wow. It's because we were consistent and just applying these basic fundamentals over time. And when you do this right, when you have a funnel that's producing, you can beat, like, it's still to this day, like, just blows my mind. Like, we were in Jamaica for Thanksgiving. And I get off we were flying from Jamaica to Orlando. It's a 2-hour flight. I had my phone on airplane mode. I get off, get off the airplane, turn my phone off of airplane mode. And hey, we sold 3 courses while we were in the air, made over $1,000 while I was in the air with my family not working. And so when you do this, you have a system and a way that you're not trading time for money, that you can impact more people, increase your income, and do all of that, while you're living out your purpose, like you're spending time with family and doing the things that matter the most to you. So I love this. And I legit could do like a 3-day, this is like an overview of what we did, but I could do an entire 3-day intensive on, passive income funnels, all of that. If you want a deep dive, I would love to know, like, is this something you're interested in? Do you want me to teach more in depth on this? Because I love this stuff. I geek out over it. If the answer is yes, what I need you to do is text me. While you're listening right now, you can actually just swipe up, go to your text message app. I'll wait. I'm patient. Go there now. You can keep listening to me. I'm still here. And you'll text the word impact. My number is 815-357-4020. 815-357-4020. So just text me and let me know, like, hey, this is something I really want to learn more about. Like, this is something I want you to dive in deeper, because when you do this, you create a business that gives you more freedom and you don't have another job for yourself. All right, I think that's it. So I look forward to hearing from you. I really do value your feedback. So if you text me or send me a DM on Instagram at She's Making an Impact, it really helps me know, like, I don't want this to ever be just like I'm speaking at you, like that's sometimes what it feels like when you have a podcast, like I'm speaking, I'm teaching, but I want to have a conversation and I want you to actually talk to me of, hey, this is like, this really resonated. Hey, this is what I want. Hey, this is what I need. And then it really helps me help you, and help you get results. So I really appreciate your feedback. Thank you very much. And I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.